The 2026 Toyota Highlander just landed at dealerships, and Toyota made some bold moves with this year's model. Standard all-wheel drive across the lineup, a simplified trim structure, and a hefty price increase that's turning heads for all the wrong reasons. Rev your engines, you're on the grid with iShow Autos. Is this legendary family SUV still worth your hard-earned cash in 2026, or has Toyota finally priced itself out of the game? Today, we're breaking down 6 critical factors you need to know before signing on that dotted line. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our honest automotive reviews. Let's dive in. Toyota pulled a surprise move for 2026 that's going to sting budget-conscious families. The entry-level LE trim has been completely eliminated from the lineup, gone, discontinued, and with it went the front-wheel drive option entirely. Every single 2026 Highlander now comes standard with all-wheel drive, and the base model is now the XLE trim, starting at $46,765 before destination fees. That's a massive $5,000 jump from last year's base LE FWD, which started at $41,815. Sure, you're getting more standard features and AWD in the deal, but that's cold comfort if you live in Southern California or Florida, where all-wheel drive is essentially useless. Compare that to the competition, and the value equation gets worse. The Kia Telluride still starts around $37,000. The Honda Pilot comes in at $40,510. Even Toyota's own Grand Highlander undercuts the standard Highlander at $44,130 for the base model. You read that right. The bigger Grand Highlander with more space costs less than the regular Highlander to get into. For families who are counting on that sub-$42,000 entry point, Toyota just closed the door. You're now forced to spend nearly $48,000 after destination fees just to get into a base Highlander, whether you need all-wheel drive or not. That's not value pricing. That's Toyota banking on brand loyalty and hoping buyers won't shop around. Here's something Toyota doesn't want to talk about. Highlander sales have absolutely collapsed in 2025. Through August, Toyota sold just 38,594 Highlanders, a devastating 47% decline compared to the same period last year. Meanwhile, the Grand Highlander moved 89,339 units in the same time frame, more than double the regular Highlander's numbers. The market is spoken, and it's saying the Highlander is overpriced and undersized. Buyers who used to default to the Highlander are now cross-shopping more aggressively, and they're finding better value elsewhere. The Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride continue to dominate sales charts with more space, more features, and lower prices. This sales decline isn't happening in a vacuum. It reflects real customer dissatisfaction with what the Highlander offers at its current price point. When your own corporate sibling outsells you 2-to-1, that's not a coincidence, it's a market correction. Toyota's response? Eliminate the affordable trim and make AWD standard across the board, effectively raising prices further. That's the opposite of what struggling sales should trigger. It suggests Toyota is either out of touch with market realities or simply doesn't care because they're betting the Highlander's reputation will carry them through. For buyers, this creates opportunity. Dealers sitting on slow-moving Highlander inventory might be more willing to negotiate than they've been in years. But it also raises a bigger question. If the market is rejecting the Highlander at current prices, why would you pay full MSRP? The 2026 Highlander brings exactly 0 powertrain improvements. You're still getting the same turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder making 265 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, the same 8-speed automatic transmission, the same hybrid option with 243 combined horsepower. Nothing new, nothing improved, nothing exciting. In performance testing, the Turbo 4 takes 8.0 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour, while competitors deliver quicker acceleration. The Kia Telluride's V6 does it in 6.9 seconds. The Mazda CX-90 with its Turbo 6 hits 60 in 6.3 seconds. Even the Grand Highlander manages 7 seconds. The Highlander feels slow by comparison, and that matters when you're merging onto highways or passing on 2-lane roads with full load of passengers. Fuel economy remains mediocre at best. EPA estimates hover around 21 miles city and 28 miles highway for AWD models. That's 24 miles combined, which is merely average for the class. The hybrid improves things to 35 miles combined, but you're paying a $2,000 premium for the hybrid powertrain on top of the already inflated base price. Real-world driving reveals another issue that owners consistently report. The Turbo 4 feels strained under load, especially when climbing hills or accelerating with all 3 rows occupied. The engine gets noisy when you push it, producing an unrefined whine that sounds cheap in a vehicle costing 50 grand. Toyota's competitors have moved on. The new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid delivers 329 horsepower with better fuel economy and smoother power delivery. The Mazda CX-90 offers multiple engine options, including a powerful inline-6. Even the Honda Pilot feels more refined in daily driving. The Highlander's powertrain was adequate 3 years ago. In 2026, it's falling behind. Before we shift into the next gear, take a second to hit that like button. It helps us reach more viewers like you who appreciate honest, unfiltered automotive content. Now let's tackle our next concern. Step inside the 2026 Highlander and you'll find an interior that's functional but far from cutting edge. The base XLE comes with an 8-inch touchscreen with a 12.3-inch screen available on higher trims. That larger screen is standard on the limited and platinum trims, but you'll pay dearly for it. Compare this to what competitors offer, and the gap becomes obvious. The Hyundai Palisade features dual 12.3-inch curved displays that look genuinely premium, plus features like a UVC sanitizing cubby, built-in dash cam, and digital key 2.0 that lets you unlock and start the vehicle with your smartphone. The Kia Telluride offers a similar setup with a more intuitive interface. The Highlander's infotainment system works fine for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it lacks the wow factor that makes you excited to own it. The graphics look dated, the menu structure feels clunky, and the response time to inputs occasionally lags. It's serviceable, not sophisticated. Material quality inside is another mixed bag. The XLE gets synthetic leather seating, which is fine, but when you're spending $46,000 on a base model, seeing hard plastics on the lower dashboard and door panels feels cheap. The Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride offer more upscale materials throughout their cabins, creating a more premium atmosphere. Storage solutions inside the Highlander are adequate but unimaginative. Yes, there are 14 cup holders, which Toyota loves to brag about, but clever storage cubbies, hidden compartments, and thoughtful organization found in competitors make the Highlander feel like it was designed a decade ago. The digital gauge cluster is another miss. The base 7-inch multi-information display looks tiny and low resolution compared to the full digital clusters offered by Mazda, Hyundai, and Kia. Even upgrading to higher trims doesn't give you the expansive digital displays that are becoming standard in this class. Let's address the elephant in the third row. The Highlander's third-row seats remain cramped, uncomfortable, and barely usable for anyone over 5 feet tall. With just 27.7 inches of legroom, the third row is kids-only territory, and even children will complain on trips longer than 30 minutes. The Kia Telluride offers 31.4 inches of third-row legroom. The Honda Pilot provides 31.9 inches. That extra 3 to 4 inches translates to adults actually being able to sit back there without their knees jammed into the second row. The Highlander's third row feels like an afterthought, a checkbox feature that exists so Toyota can claim 3-row seating in their marketing materials. Cargo space behind the third row is laughable. You get 16 cubic feet, which is barely enough for a couple grocery bags and a backpack. Planning a weekend trip with all 3 rows in use? Forget about it. You're either folding the third row down or putting cargo on laps. The Volkswagen Atlas offers 20.9 cubic feet behind the third row, and the Chevy Traverse provides 23 cubic feet. Toyota's solution to these problems? Buy the Grand Highlander, which offers 33.5 inches of third-row legroom and significantly more cargo space. But here's the kicker. The Grand Highlander now undercuts the regular Highlander at $44,130 for the base model. Let that sink in. Toyota's larger 3-row SUV with more passenger space, more cargo capacity, and a more modern design costs less to buy than the smaller, more cramped Highlander. That pricing structure defies logic. You're paying a Toyota tax for the promise of legendary reliability and strong resale value. but competitors have closed the reliability gap significantly over the past decade. Hyundai and Kia now offer industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranties that Toyota can't match. The reliability argument isn't the slam dunk it used to be. So is the 2026 Toyota Highlander worth your money? For most buyers, the honest answer is no. Toyota has taken a once compelling family SUV and priced it into irrelevance while simultaneously removing its most affordable configuration and making zero meaningful improvements. The Highlander still delivers on reliability, which remains excellent. The ride quality is comfortable, the safety features are comprehensive with Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 standard across the lineup. Resale values will remain strong because the Toyota badge carries weight in the used market. These are real advantages that shouldn't be dismissed.